So what kind of efforts did you all make to bring?
A lot of money, huh? Big effort. It's a huge effort.
I'm sure that he will give a big plus to our team. He showed it in Paris, he showed it in Mallorca before, in Valencia before as well.
You know, the number is only a little thing, but at the end, it's a message. It's a message for our fans, for our players, for him as well.
Do you believe he will be next Lisbon?
He's
Antes de llegar a Kangin, a Atlético de Madrid, ya conociste Kangin desde Valencia, ¿no?
Sí, yo en el año 2017 llegué al Valencia y entonces, bueno, después llegué el mes de marzo o algo así, estuve viendo el final de las competiciones de los equipos inferiores, además del primer equipo, lógicamente, y ya en aquel momento había dos jugadores que destacaban especialmente en categorías en sub-18, que eran Ferran Torres y Kangin Lee. Y entonces, muy bien, lo que evidentemente yo estaba más centrado en el primer equipo, bueno, me quedé simplemente con esa idea. Posteriormente, en el verano, cuando ya fichamos a un nuevo entrenador, hablé con él y le mencioné un poco esos talentos jóvenes que había especiales, ¿no? Y finalmente decidí, junto con el padre, con el jugador, con 18 años creo que tenía en ese momento, decidí llevarlo a la pretemporada del primer equipo, que era en Suiza. Y además tenía un tema del contrato que había que renovar y renové el contrato y él viajó a Suiza, lo recuerdo perfectamente, y ya se incorporó como jugador del primer equipo. Y de hecho esa temporada prácticamente estuvo a las órdenes de Marcelino y la verdad es que lo hizo muy bien.
Entonces, desde entonces tenías una...
Yo le conocía bien, después él fue al Mallorca, que es mi club de origen, ¿no? Y evidentemente ahí tengo mi familia y tal, me pidieron informes a mí también sobre él, yo también le aconsejé a ese fichaje y lo seguí muy de cerca también en su época en el Mallorca y por tanto digamos que le conozco desde hace muchos años, ¿no? Y después cuando alguna vez he estado también en París, pues estamos en contacto también con su agente, o sea que viene de lejos.
Sí, y por fin, este año era...
Y por fin, yo creo, sé que el Atlético de Madrid lo intentó en su momento, no pudo ser, y bueno, pues llegué yo y creo que allí pues di un pequeño empujón para que esto se hiciese porque conozco de sus condiciones. We were last season, we were preparing this pre-season and understanding especially that Antoine Griezmann was leaving, and it was absolutely complicated to replace him, no? Because he's a top talent, he's a legend of Atletico. Then we were working a lot with our scouting department. At the end of the day, we spoke as well with the coach. The coach knows him perfectly, especially because we have been playing against PSG a lot of times, you know. And then there was a total consensus about his profile, his skills, to join us, to be the perfect replacement for Griezmann, because his personality, his technical conditions, for a lot of things, no? Then it was easy in this part of the process to understand internally that it was our target, and then after it was not so easy to approach PSG and the player, obviously, his agent, and we have been working a lot in the last months to get him and to have the opportunity to join the player in our squad.
But it was not easy for bringing him to this club.
No.
So what kind of efforts did you all make to bring
A lot of money, huh? Big effort. It's a huge effort. No, because at the end of the day, this is professional football, and always all you can value about money. It's not the perfect situation, but it was for me easy to convince him, very easy. I remember on January I was in Paris having lunch with him, with his agent, speaking about the future, about his view, about his challenge, his own challenge in the future of football. And after that, my feeling was he's totally convinced to join us. The problem will be, obviously, all. Always the problem is with the money, with the salaries, but especially with PSG. PSG is a very top club, and their players there are not easy to keep.
You had a training session with Kangin for first time. So how was it? And Kangin, is it adapting well?
Yes, of course, it was first training. He was looking forward for that moment because last few days he couldn't be with us. Of course, he's amazing player. We are really happy to have him, and I am sure that he will give a big plus to our team, and that he will show like he showed it in Paris, he showed it in Mallorca before, Valencia before as well, that he is a great player and he gonna achieve great things with this club.
Nice. So did you speak something with him?
Yes, we did speak quite a lot. So because we was sitting on the bus together, so we meet well now. I know him better. I think he's really happy to be here with us, and he can't wait that the season starts.
So in the bus, you choose him or he choose you?
There was a space next to me, so he came. And we was driving through Seoul, so I could ask him some question about the city as well.
He wears number 7 shirt. Could he become new Antoine Griezmann?
You know, the number is only a little thing, but at the end, it's a message. It's a message for our fans, for our players, for him as well, because a lot of pressure for him to have in his back this number. But he assumed from the very first time that it was fantastic for him, this huge challenge that is to have the next step of this number 7 in our squad after Antoine. Then for me it's important to say that our view about Kangin is not only as a player that everybody can watch in a match, but especially as well about a player that must assume this role in the squad to be one of our special reference in our way to play.
He's entering in a big shoes,
Yeah.
but Antoine is a special player. He did a lot of great things for Atletico Madrid, and Kangin is a new player with his name, his surname. So I think he can achieve a lot of things. He don't need to be compared with Griezmann because I think they're a little bit different type of players, but he can do it amazing like Griezmann did it. But I think it's not so good from our side that we compare him too much and maybe to put that much pressure on him, because I'm sure he will do it great and he just needs to be him, and that's it.
Do you believe he will be next Griezmann? or-
No, I don't say this. You know. It's a lot of pressure for him. No, but what is clear that his condition, his position on the field, on the pitch, and his idea and his personality is in the way, and this for us has been very important to get the right decision, and for us the right decision was to get him, and at the end it's a happy end, no? After fighting a lot with PSG, you know, because PSG knew that they had a very important player, and it was as well important for them and for Luis Enrique especially. I know, because I know very well Luis, and it was a big fight. But for the first moment, my feeling was that Kangin taken the right decision. Took his right decision to join us, and it was very important. It was crucial because he was speaking with PSG, with Luis Enrique, to say, "It's my time to go and to help Atletico to go to the next level."
And I want to ask you, because Griezmann usually play in the middle, right? But Kangin Lee usually play in the right side. But today in the training session, he played like the middle. So what do you think about his best position? Or
I think he can play everything because every player is in the pitch, especially the players. They're playing in front. They can move a lot. So I think they don't have a right decision. And Griezmann as well. He didn't have decision to the place to play in the middle. He play everywhere. So I think the players with such a good quality, they're looking for spaces. They're looking where there is a space for them on the pitch, and then they move. And I think it doesn't matter that much, just the position, if not their quality, and then they move. For sure, he will play on the right, he will play on the left, he will play in the middle. There's gonna be various positions where he will play, but in the end, I think it doesn't matter where he will do it good.
so how was the first impression of Gangin for you?
It was great. I see that he's a different player, left foot, good 1 against 1. That's what we need. He can assist, he can score. He's fast, good technique. So I think he's pretty. He's complete players, and he can help us a lot.
Tonight he arranged the dinner for you.
Yes, he invited us for a dinner. So nice from him, and I think that he's happy that we are here in his country. So he wants to invite us, and I think looking forward for that.
What is your favorite Korean food?
Korean food favorite. I don't know to explain you. I think because I don't know the names, but I like the food in Korea. So there are a lot of things I like, but I cannot say the names because I don't know.
So have you eaten before a Korean BBQ? Or
Uh,
tonight is first time?
Tonight is gonna be the first time.
Oh.
Tonight is gonna be the first time. Because last time when we was here, I didn't eat it, and I did eat Korean food in Europe, but I think it's not the same. So
Yeah.
tonight I'm gonna eat a real Korean food.
Many Korean fans were heading to Madrid to watching to game the Atleti. Can you recommend your favorite food menu for Korean?
Food menu.
What to eat in
What to eat? I think you don't need to complicate too much. The thing is when you go for Spanish tapas, and that's it. You know, you have a lot of things on the table. You take a little bit of everything, and then you are full and you're happy. That's
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.